Small things may be exciting to those who create them, but they are seldom exciting to anyone else. If your neighbor decides to start a biotech company in his garage, would you be impressed with that? Yeah, me neither. Because the likelihood of success is small, even if success is defined as the ability to replace his current annual income. You've probably seen people with big ambitions start small projects and then give up on them. Maybe you've done that yourself. I certainly have. It's easy to look down on things that are small, but consider this. Every large human being, including the great professional or Olympic athletes that come to mind, started off as a baby. Maybe they were big by baby standards, but they were still tiny and feeble compared to any human adult at the time of their birth. Yet they grew to be large and powerful. Every large company started off as a small company. Apple, one of the largest and most profitable companies in the world, started in the garage of Steve Jobs' parents' house. Every large church started off as a small church. Now, okay, there are some exceptions. A company that has spun off from an international conglomerate, or a church that's planted by a megachurch, may start out larger than a startup with one founder. But even then, those large startups began as an idea, a desire in someone's heart and mind. In the Bible, God's people were conquered by a foreign nation, and that foreign nation destroyed their capital city, Jerusalem, including the incredible temple that King Solomon had built. Many years later, they returned to Jerusalem, but they had to start over. When they laid the foundation for a new temple, some of the people who were old enough to remember Solomon's temple cried out of sadness. And God's prophet Zechariah spoke these words in Zechariah chapter 4, verses 9 and 10. The hands of Zerubbabel have laid the foundation of this temple. His hands will also complete it. Then you will know that the Lord Almighty has sent me to you. Who dares despise the day of small things? Since the 7 years of the Lord that range throughout the earth will rejoice when they see the chosen capstone in the hand of Zerubbabel. Who dares despise the day of small things? Did you catch that? Who dares despise the day of small things? Someone who's foolish, that's who. Don't be that person. Here's some advice. If you're involved in something small and worried that it might always be small or fail completely. First, if you have a desire to start something, be it a business, a ministry, a YouTube channel, or a blog, but you know it will start off small, so what? Everything starts off small. Don't let your fear of failure or your fear of meager success keep you from starting. Second, and I'm totally guilty of this. Actually, I'm guilty of the first one too, but I'm really guilty of this. Don't try to appear larger than you are. Instead, just do good work. And your customers or readers or church members, if they're served well, they'll benefit from your work, even though you're small, and they'll tell others, and your work will grow. Finally, realize that small things can be amazing. Here in the Ann Arbor, Michigan area where I live, we have a company called Zingermans. It's a family of restaurants and food-related businesses, and it makes many millions of dollars every year. I would call it a great success, but it started off as a small Jewish deli in an old grocery store. But by combining outstanding food with great service, Zingermans has built an incredible business. But compared to any national chain restaurant, Zingermans is small. In fact, let me compare Zingermans to Subway, the chain of sandwich stores. Both Zingermans and Subway, both of them make and sell sandwiches. And that's where the comparisons end. Subway is a large multinational corporation with over 40,000 stores all over the world. Zingermans is in the Ann Arbor area only. But ask anyone who's ever been to Zingermans if they'd rather go there or Subway, and you'll see which company is more amazing. Compared to Subway, Zingermans is small, but being small hasn't stopped them from being great. Take that lesson and apply it to your small business, your small church, your small project. Small can be beautiful. Small can be amazing. Now, there may come a point when you give up on your small project, but don't let that be today. Don't give up on something small that you care about until you've done everything you can to make it great. My name is Pastor Brian Jones, and that's today's Daily PBJ.